Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to Path of Exile with Lone Debater 7, and today I wanted to take a break from progressing on the axe just to kind of show off some of the heist content. So we're going to go into the Rogue Harbor. The way you get here is you get those rogue markers, right? Kind of scattered throughout the maps. If you open the caches, you typically get some. You might get some from killing enemies, whatever. That will open a portal that teleports you in, so we're going to talk to this gal. Basically, I don't think you have to talk to anyone. So the reason why I want to do this, I've got some of these guys. So these ones you can't like store anywhere, which is kind of dumb in my opinion, but that's fine. So the way you start a heist, go up to Adia the Wayfinder, hit prepare heist. You take one of the contracts you want, put it inside. You got to have the right character. So I've got Tibbs at level 2, so he's ready to go. We need a level 1 for Tibbs, so sign the contract, and it costs you a little bit of the markers, but if you complete this successfully, you'll get more than that out of the heist. So she'll open this portal to the heist location, you go through it, don't step back through. In theory, you're supposed to be able to go back to like the heist headquarters or whatever. In my experience, it only sometimes works like that, but not always, so just bear that in mind. You can kill guys now. Like, they've patched the heist piece of the game a little bit, so you can, kill things without increasing the level of alert. So this guy down here, and basically what you're trying to do is get to this item before your alert level reaches all the way, and then you got to exit the room without dying. So it's not that hard. Each chest that you open will increase the alert level a little bit, and once it reaches lockdown, which is when the alert level's all the way full, there will be like a little timer that counts down. Once that finishes counting down, you can't open anything else in the map. So kind of the way you do this, you gotta pick and choose a little bit. Like with this one, you can open all the chests because it's, a low level first time doing it kind of thing, so they want you to kind of access all the content. So we can open everything, that's great, but normally you kind of got to prioritize. Typically speaking, it is only really worth, there we go, take the census records, and they'll start spawning stuff. So there will be some dudes in here that are going to try to kill you. This is a pretty low level one, so I mean, they aren't going to be that strong by comparison, but when you get to higher levels, just be careful, because if you die, you lose everything that you looted throughout the entire mission. And that's only on the escape when they enter lockdown. If you die before that, it's not as big of a deal. But yeah, you don't want to die on the heist. So there you go, that's our first heist done. If we go over and talk to Tibbs, it looks like he wants to talk to us for some reason. Cool, great, I don't really care. So there we go. First heist done. If you go over to Faustus the Fence, you can sell items. So we can sell out all this stuff that we picked up. So I mean, none of this equipment is all that good for us, we can't really utilize it. So you can just sell it. You get it just like you get the same kind of drops as you would normally, but since we got a orange or corrupted item, we get some alchemy shards out of it. So that was a decent haul, especially for it being such a low level map. So cool. We're gonna just go ahead and do another one for funsies. I do plan on showing off a grand heist, but I'm gonna do that with my actual character because the level locations are a lot higher, and yeah, I just would prefer to do it with a character that's fully leveled and a little bit more powerful than the one that we're currently rocking. But I wanted to show this off, and you can't transfer those specific contracts, right? So if you have them in your inventory, I mean, you can always just drop them on the ground, I suppose, and that's one way to deal with it. But sometimes you don't want to do that because you can get potentially good loot, especially on the grand heist. Like if you do the grand heist, you will get a lot of loot from it, and typically it's good loot at the end. It does depend a little bit, it's RNG based, so whatever. So kind of the way this works, you bring your little homie with you, whatever one you've got for the mission. It depends on the map and what it's doing and stuff like that, but For this one, it's trap disarmament. So basically, if we touch those traps, we will die instantly. So you use the guy to dismantle the traps so you can, you know, progress through the map. There are bigger chests too. So thus far, we've only opened small chests and gotten the main item. So this guy is Secure Repository. We got to start the disarmament. They're going to send out a boss monster to fight you while they are disarming. And once they do that, it'll open. It'll increase it more than the small chest, but you might get some good stuff. So none of this is all that good. So we're just going to leave it. But normally, the alert level, you can open 2 big chests before you go and get the main one. Or you can open a bunch of small chests. They have, in the most recent patch, supposedly buffed the loot drops and stuff like that. I don't know how true that is. Like, I did do my first heist on my main character back before the update or what have you. So I guess, like, it doesn't really feel like the loot's that much better, in all honesty. But maybe it is. Maybe I just am unlucky, which is definitely a possibility as well. But we're just going to clear out this room and get that opened. And the reason why we're doing that is because if you look here, this is going to almost max out our alert level. So I think we can open this without setting off the alarm. Just barely. So we should have opened one less small chest probably to be on the safe side. But that's fine. Get some chromatic orbs. Get this dagger. I'm going to leave that because it's a big item that doesn't do shit for us. And basically what we're going to do, we're going to go down to where the item is being stored. And normally you get like 15-20 seconds to run back here to grab this. So since there's nothing blocking our way, what I want to do is go up and try to open some of these small chests. Now the first one that I open is going to set off the alarm. So you want to make sure that you can get down to the final artifact before the alarm gets triggered or whatever. So I'm going to play it safe and just open up these 2. You can pick up the items after, but you can't open the chest. So we're going to open up those and we're going to come in. Just make sure you grab the actual item before, you know, the facility locks down. Otherwise you can't grab it and the heist fails, which you don't want to have happen if you can avoid it. Not too bad. So here we go. There's a boss waiting for us. Not too big of a deal. This is normally how it works. Like, a bunch of guys stack up right by the door every time you open one. So just bear that in mind. With this build, you kind of just let your minions tank everything. Avoid those shock orbs. And then once they've cleared out a little bit, you can kind of push through. I do want to pick up this Regal and Jeweler's Orb that we got out of that chest just because, you know, we opened it, might as well grab it. And then at this point, I mean, if you want to kill all the guys, you can. You know, that's definitely up to you. But for me, I just run through the map and try to get out of here because typically speaking, like, you can move faster than they can attack you. Sometimes you might have to do something like right there. It might have been a smart play to wait to go through that until our minions caught up, but that's alright. There we go. Hit the escape route, so we're good to go. Another heist complete. We're going to go into the Rogue Harbor. And every time you do a heist, assuming you complete it the right way, these guys will level up or gain some XP towards leveling up, right? So it is worth doing the heists with your characters to level them up because some maps or contracts will require a higher level than others. So anyway, there we go. We're going to sell most of this. This turquoise amulet, not worth it for us. This probably isn't worth it for us either. I mean, we get cold, maximum life. Yeah, we're going to sell it, I think. We'll keep the Weeping Essence, I guess. So, not too bad. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Once you've done a couple of them, like, it should be second nature on as far as, like, what you need to do. But I just thought I'd kind of show this off a little bit because this is what the League's about, is kind of playing these heists. If you do the grand heists, it's even better for you. So, yeah. Anyway, we've got 2 more of these contracts. I guess we could try to... Fuck it. Let's do another one. Might as well. And what I want to do before we finish off the episode is I'm going to switch over to my other character, and we're going to do a grand heist just so you can kind of see that as well. Or we might put that in another episode. You know what? We're going to put the grand heist in the second episode just so we can show off the main heist with our low-level character, showing you that you can play these even if you're not max level. It just, you know, if you're max level, it's going to be a lot easier for you. Like, you'll have better survivability and stuff like that, but not the end of the world. So this one honestly doesn't have that many chests, so we probably can open all of them without triggering anything. I do want to get the big chest back here first, because it looks like that's a currency chest. So there's different types that you can get in the big ones. So one of them is currency. Normally those are pretty good. You'll get a bunch of currency drops off of it, so I like taking those anyway. There we go. Got them done. Begin the lockpicking. If you don't begin lockpicking and just try to open that chest, you will take a shit ton of damage and you might die, so it is worth, you know, actually doing it. So we got a Chaos Orb and a bunch of Glassblower Baubles, Orbs of Fusing, that kind of stuff. So that was a decent loot for, you know, a big chest. Since it looks like we're going to be okay on the alert level, I'm just going to go open these small chests before we take the prize, which was good. We did. We got a bunch of currency out of that one as well. So me personally, I like the currency chests the best. Like, I think those are the best ones you can get. So that's just me though. I mean, there's probably better loot you can potentially receive if you are opening other chest types, but that's fine. I'm not an expert by any means on this kind of stuff. Like, it's still fairly new content. There's not a lot of guidance on it. Like, you get patch notes that are kind of brief, but they don't tell you everything about it, so whatever. Anyway, here we go. Gotta open up a couple of doors. This one's gonna be swamped to shit with fucking guys, so throw down a Stormbrand right at the entrance. Hopefully that'll kill some of them. Alrighty. Come on. There we go. Alright. So not too big of a deal. Like I said, I normally just kind of run through because it doesn't do all that much to, you know, stay and kill all the guys unless you want the XP or whatever. But these are low-level maps, all things considered, so not that great as far as XP is concerned. You can, like, if you have some higher level maps, it can be worth it to grind out a little bit, but I don't think we actually picked up any items, just currencies, so we're gonna go ahead and empty our currency items that we picked up into our stash. As you can see, we are getting some chaos built up, which is good because we're gonna want that to go ahead and get our some of the items for this build. Realistically, buying them is the best way to go about it, and you need Chaos Orbs to be able to buy stuff. It's still pretty expensive to buy most of the items, so I probably won't do it on this specific character just because I've got one that's already leveled and could utilize, you know, a high-tier item a little bit better. But, you know, if this is your only Necromancer build, it might, like, we'll show off purchasing items at some point, and kind of how to go about it, so you can kind of figure out that aspect of the game, because it is important. It is important, so not a big deal. Open up this door. We're going to go take this chest. It looks like this one is divination cards, so might be worth it to us. Might be worth it. So we're going to open that up. Also got a bone circlet, jack in the box, cool. Whatevs. Normally the big chests are worth going after if you can afford it on your alert level. Those are the ones you want to focus on, because they have a better chance of giving you good loot than when compared to the small chests. I mean, the small chests can give you good stuff too. It just depends on, you know, what's inside of them more than anything else. But anyway, there is another divination card set up here, so I think we're gonna go try and grab that. Cool. and got a gem cutter card, so that one was kind of disappointing as far as the loot's concerned. We only got one card out of it, and it, you know, raised our alert level quite a bit. So we are almost on lockdown, so we gotta kind of hoof it to get this. So there we go, we got it. We didn't play that one. I'm not sure exactly what gave us the extra alert, because we didn't open anything, and it's supposed to only increase your alert level when you open chests, but that's fine, whatever. Take what we can, just from the enemy drops, which sometimes they drop good stuff too. It does just depend. I guess maybe it's those totems that increased our alert or something. Whoa, alright. That homie is powerful as fuck. Also be careful when you're escaping. Don't touch the little shieldy guys around the chests. They will damage you a lot, and may prevent you from completing the heist successfully. So this one, I will say the enemies are a lot stronger here than the last couple heists, which makes sense. The map level, or the contract level, is higher, so whatever. We should be fine though. I mean, as you can see, we've already made it to the escape route. No problemos. There we go. Upgrade our... well, we should have gotten some XP for the Wayfinder. If we didn't, I guess that's fine too. So there we go. Got that done. We're going to sell some stuffs, because we did actually pick some items up this time. If we were looking for dexterity boosts, those actually wouldn't be too bad, but we're not. So sell that stuff out. And we're going to go ahead and empty our our currency into our stash tab, just like so. And we did get a couple div cards, which I might have these. So 2 new ones. Cool, whatever. I've been saving all the divination cards that I get. I'm sure there's like some meta to that I just am not aware of, because I haven't spent the time to learn about it. But there you go, guys. That is my little coverage of how the heist works. So we've done 4 contracts that are specific, that we're kind of clogging up our inventory. So now those are done. We can do other stuff. So like if we go in, I've got all these contracts that I've just gathered over time. If you put them in the heist locker, then you don't have to carry them. If you played during the Harvest League, they had like the seed cache that you could go inside of, right? And they had like a locker inside that would store the currency for the thing. So that's what the heist locker does for you. You can put a heist locker down inside of your hideout, so that can be good for you if you're doing maps and stuff. That way you can dump everything in one spot. The way you do the grand heist is you use these blueprints to plan it out. I'm going to do that with my main character, and we'll cover that in the next episode. But guys, for today, we're going to call it here. So if you enjoyed the episode, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. And until next time, this has been LD7, and we will see ya.